There we go. We did it correctly this time. Or did I turn off the light? I meant to close the door. Alright, this time we're up in live. And I did it correctly this time. Let me see how the stream is going on. Alright. Today, sorry I had to clear my throat, but today we are going to finally start painting the Plague Marines. And of course, right here I already primed them because I didn't want to do that outside. But they are primed and ready to paint. The reason why we prime figures is so that the paint goes smoothly on them. And I have my Death Guard green, and it's time to paint. Let's do this. Let's do this guy first. There we go. Hopefully I don't get paint on my sleeves. Alright, trying to thin out the paint. And let's start getting... Oh wait, I need one thing before I start painting. I'll be right back. The little stand that I'm going to paint these guys on. If he will go on, this is probably one of the most annoying things to do. There we go. Got this dude on the little thing right here. Easier for me to hold and to paint. Without any further ado, let's prime this guy up in green. For today, I think I'm gonna focus mainly on the base coats, trying to make it all nice and green. I want to make sure to thin down the paint so it doesn't like become like very pasty here. If that makes sense. Alright, let's continue painting you. Some nice ASMR right here. Hello, hello, fake bunny, and welcome to the stream. As of right now, I'm just painting the Plague Marine from last time, making him a nice icky green. And after we're done with this dude, we'll go on to his comrade that is over there. Just a nice, quiet, peaceful stream for today. Making sure I get every spot of the model. Next model, I'll actually try to do an experiment with. Some people like paint it all together, other people just paint parts of it. I think that's what I'm gonna do for the next dude, which is I'm gonna paint the parts separately, then construct them together, see how that does. But for right now, just focusing on putting on the first layer of paint for Plague Marine over here. You know, you just see a big, like, hand holding this. I want to make sure I get every piece. So when I put on the second layer, it's not, I don't have to like cover up stuff I missed. Just some nice paintbrush ASMR over here. Not gonna lie. Alright. Oh, missed a little bit. He looks done. Like for a first layer of paint at least. Now, just to yank him out of his thing. And I'm just gonna let you dry as I do your comrade. I was gonna say battle brother. I mean, technically that's the correct term. They're battle brothers. In the lore, at least. This guy right here. Don't spoil the surprise. I'm just gonna turn you a little away from the camera. Don't want you to spoil what I plan to do next. Now for this one. This one was my favorite to put to build, but yeah, we don't talk about this area right here that I'm painting over. It dried out and the pieces did not connect, so my dude looks a little weird. And the nozzle piece fell out of his mouth as well. There we go, much better layers of paint now. I don't know how long this stream is going to be, but I had a basic idea of what all I was going to do for this stream at least. I knew I was gonna base paint these, then I was gonna do something else that I will not say until later. Oh, this guy has a cape area that I'm gonna have to paint later. Man, I'm speed painting today. I thought this would take a lot longer. Welcome to the stream where we talk about watermelons. I mean, this dude kind of looks like a watermelon. Making sure I get every area, every little nook and cranny, as they say. I'm gonna get every nook and cranny. I may not paint the rest of these on stream, but I think I have fun just painting these two, like two, seeing the process of that. Because if not, it's gonna take me a while to stream me painting the rest of these. Because I have to wait for so many variables. Being home alone, having the time to do it. Versus other times I look at them and I'm like, man, I want to paint these right now. I think that's good for a first layer of paint. Alright, we're just gonna put you here. Dry this off. And while these two dry, I think it's time for me to do something that I should have done a long time ago. These dudes, notice anything about them, they do not have their insignias. These are the first Space Marines I've ever painted in a coaster. It came from the little starter box. I think it's time to finally give them their insignia. Alright. How I'm going to do this is I'm first gonna shut this. So I don't need that. You are on standby for now, and some white paint. Making sure that all nice and okay. I'm gonna use this paint. I think I thinned it out too much. If I just thinned it out, then I'm gonna also put this color on standby just in case. Lastly, what I'm going to use to paint these guys' insignias, it's just a little toothpick. Alright, first let's watch this off. I don't need you anymore. Alright, let's see how this looks on it. I think I rather like did what I did yesterday when painting this dude's insignia, which is the little boop. There we go. Now for the triangle. I messed it up. I'm so lucky that I have a sink in my room so I can watch off the mistake. Let's try this again. I painted these guys forever ago, so I'm not worried about the other paints getting ruined. Aha! There we go. Now you also have the insignia of the Ultramarines Cadet. Alright, third dude. Yeah, this one is the one that I did with nail polish. So, this is really difficult to do. The thing about these are they're supposed to be customizable Marines. So, you can paint them like any color. So, that's why they don't have the insignias like the Space Wolves or like other things you may paint. I'm just doing this by little toothpick. I don't know how they expected people to do it with the paintbrush that was given to them. Alright. Ah, that was actually a perfect triangle. Alright. But his. I'm gonna rinse off the right side. Alright. Let's try this again. Man, I feel like Patrick, like from that one SpongeBob episode, like, careful, SpongeBob, careful. That's literally how I feel right now. Ah, there we go. First, I'm gonna paint over this. Just me and the boys again. No, 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 no. That's a job. There we go. And you. No. Yeah, I'm a perfectionist. If I was ever in Squid Games, I would fail. My shaky hands are not gonna make it past the first game, let alone the cookie cutter game. And just like that, each of them has their insignia painted. I don't know how I did good yesterday versus today here, but that's usually how it goes for me. Alright, boys. Dismiss. Alright, let me check on my little dudes on their progress. Yep, he's ready for his second coat of paint. Just gonna put this right here now. I don't need it anymore. My hands are getting covered in paint. I guess I didn't need this after all. So, back to the Plague Marines, who are the true stars of this show, not the Ultramarines. Uh, Getting areas that needed to be better painted. I always like doing second coats of paint, but I have to make sure that it's good, or else I'm gonna miss paint over all the fine details. Getting areas that needed more attention than others. Yeah, it's this spot right here needed more paint versus others. There we go. All nice and ready for his. Now it's your turn to get your second coat. This area definitely needs a second coat. Same with the back. Oh yeah. Oh, you know what I can do now is that was a little too much. My bad. There we go. Oh wait. Yeah, what I may do this time around is actually, there we go. There we go. Whew. And I'm just gonna let that dry for a bit. There we go. And while they do that, I'm going to build another one of the Battle Brothers. Oh, hang on. Of their Battle Brothers as they dry out. Alright. Let's see what this one is. Oh, there's two here. Three here. Just gonna move this a bit. Alright, what number are you? You are number 32. You're 32. Oh, that's the champion. 90. Yeah, 96 is the champion. Did I make 96 already? Oh, found. Never mind that. I found 32. There we go. Never point sharp objects close to your eyes. What just dropped? I heard something drop. What dropped? I don't like that something dropped, and now I'm paranoid. Yeah, this was 32. 33. A leg. A leg. There we go. You gotta. Because the piece fell on the floor. Tiniest piece fell on the floor. Found it. Yeah. Making sure that the paints are closed. My knuckle just went in paint. Yep. There we go. And of course, it's built on my fingers. There we go. No, it's misaligned. It's misaligned and I don't want it to be. There we go. It was misaligned and that freaked me out for a second. I didn't want it to be misaligned. There we go. Now for the fun part, which is trying to make him stick to here. And this happens every now and then. And the leg fell off. I should have waited for you to dry longer. But the thing is, plastic glue usually dries so fast. And that's what usually gets me here. Plastic glue is weird because it's supposed to like react immediately here. Where's the needle? There's the needle. It took a while, but I got you, and now my fingers are full of glue. Alright. Yeah, you're right. Usually, I get excited and then, like, but the thing is, like, plastic glue is so random. Sometimes it dries faster, other times it dries slower than usual, so I have to take a random guess. So, you're absolutely right. Alright. Who do I want this guy to be? There's two choices, blue or green. I think I'm gonna do blue this time around. Congratulations, you're blue. 47. I wish I had some type of music to play, but I don't want the stream to be claimed, so quiet it is. I know there's certain music to play while on stream as well, but this is just me streaming from my tablet. While waiting for the glue to dry, I'll just cut out the remaining pieces that I need to wait. Also making sure it looks little stalactite. There we go. Let me see how this looks now. Yep, that looks good. I can do this one actually laying down because the pressure. Nice and steady now. There we go. And boop. Oh, you can't even see. You can't see the plague marines in the back. No. Oh, they're dried out. So after we're done with this dude, I can go back to painting you guys. No, you guys are already done. So it's these guys we all want to see now. There we go. These things. Hi. Sorry if I'm silent, I'm just looking at the instructions real quick and how am I going to do this. Oh, I have no choice, I have to pick the arms. Alright, 43. Oh, I need to do the arm first. I almost fell out my chair. Alright. Put the little nub right there. 1 hour in. $39 and 40. They're sharp and pointy. There we go. Put that there. And 41. I need a 41. did it for that one. There we go. I need to count how many models I've actually built, and it's starting to get to the point that I'm starting to have less space down in one of my shelves. Alright, let me do a quick count as that dries. There's 5 of you. So I'm giving, I know this because I've done it many times, so I was given 2 Tyranids per dude. So 15. Wait, I have the box still. I could see how many I have. Alright, 16. Alright, I have 16, 17, 18. I have done 18 figures so far. And I have, how many of these do I have left? Don't I have 7 or 8 of them? Yeah, I have 7 of these left. 7. I have 2 more of these left. Plus the Necron champion I have to paint. And my partner decided it would be fun to give me another 21 models to paint. So I think I need to start finding better places to keep all of these. Alright, how's the Oh, I get to pick what gun. My bad. I thought it was just connected. Alright, I'm feeling 140. Nah, I'm just gonna play it simple and just pick number gun 43 here. Oh my god, this thing will not pop off. There we go. And there we go. Jeez. Look at this. I had to fight this one off. $42. Oh, it's right here. I'm staring at it. I have no idea where that just went. I clicked it off, chat, and it fired upwards. That is the worst thing to happen. Oh my goodness, no. Oh my heart. I don't know where it flinged to. My life flashed before my eyes as I saw it. I just go up. I don't think I could continue building him without that arm. Oh, I could just switch arms. Stuff, which would suck. Jeez. I didn't even saw where it flew up to. Well, I guess we have to do the other arm then. Since what a waste. Unless I watch, I'm gonna find it after stream. The one thing I feared would happen actually happened. Yeah. Well, I don't even know where that went. I just saw it shot up like a firework, and it was never seen from again. Well, thank goodness we have more things and to go off of. Alright. Guess we're doing these arms instead. Kinda sucked because I didn't need another melee dude. I needed a gun person. Alright. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Alright. And 52. Oh, the champion is right here. I guess I'm gonna have to paint him off. And there's 52. There we go. Well, alas, the arms that I wanted to give him, one just decided to fly off stream. I'm probably gonna have fun finding that later. So I guess I have another melee person, which is not what I wanted. I wanted a guns person. But just look up the clipping out. Yep, the word. Yep, that pretty much happened. Don't get me wrong. The he does have a pistol on him, but I wanted a. The thing is, I already have like, as you could see, like many of my guys have swords and axes. I only this dude has a actual gun on him. I mean, Plague Marines of a close combat, like army, so it wouldn't matter that much. But trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this. There we go. Let's do this arm first because it's easier to attach. There we go. Unless my fingers got glued and the thing fell off. This is one thing I have a love-hate relationship with plastic glue. It's forgiving, but you do not know when it's dried out. You do not know when it's dried out. God dang it. Well, there's what other options? Well, there's super glue. You could super glue them together, but super glue it's not as forgiving. And then there's like Craggle of crazy glue. Do people like know what I'm talking about? Craggle. But plastic glue is honestly the best choice. A lot of people recommend you use plastic glue if you're starting out. Ah, I think I did it. This guy is holding his sword close, so there we go. Ah, oh my god, I don't know how I did that. Well, he's holding his gun more upwards than the picture. There we go. Victory dance. But yeah, plastic glue is more forgiving if you mess up versus super glue that it's more messy and crazy glue that dries instantly. Plastic glue is somewhere in the middle. It dries. Plastic glue has a chemical inside of it. Like, it's not just glue, it's an acid that's melting the plastic together. So it can make a bond. So, and I'm not a, if it isn't obvious, I'm not a master painter or builder when it comes to like putting these dudes together. Before these, all I had were these clicked together soldiers. And even then, I didn't have much of them. I want to do 48s. I want to give him 48 head. Yeah, some people sandpaper them. I'm not like I'll probably do that with later models, but for right now, to make sure that the stalactite tags don't get, I just use clippers until I can actually find my actual tool clippers that I lost. I'm thinking creatively. This is also a very expensive hobby, so oh, there you are. No wait, no, you're a liar. I don't want you. And yeah. Imagine my surprise when my partner just brought back a Space Wolf set of 20 dudes that cost around $200. I looked at him and I'm like, why? You didn't need to do that. I'm not worth it. Oh, I actually finally found the head. Did I? Did I? Yes, I actually did. My dad. I meant my partner. I meant my partner. Or roommate, I guess. I don't know. No, I think I actually said dad. My bad. I think I actually said dad. Ah, there we go. We got him. All nice and glued together. Alright, your paints have dried, now back to you. I think before I want to end this, I think I'm gonna, like, just do the silver and gold on them. Like these. Like these guys over here. Comparing the paint so far, I think I actually did a good time this time around thinning it out. So, alright, time to bring out some paints. But first I gotta wash the glue off my fingers. Last thing, and then I think I may need to end stream because for some reason I honestly feel a little lightheaded. Probably it's. I think it's because I'm inhaling like the fumes of the paints and like the glue, and I don't have a window open. I think all I'm going to do is just silver up. I think what I'm just gonna do, hello over here, what I'm going to do is just silver up the areas that I made in like the stream because that like it could be because of a number of things. New medication, uh, prob- I like to think it's probably because I'm inhaling the fumes of the paint by accident. I want to make the ball like silver. I'm thinking about which areas do I want to turn gold and what areas I want to turn silver. I want to turn this silver. Yeah, I may need to end stream soon. My hands are actually shaking a little bit. Trying to think what I did with these. There we go. Just gonna make all the wires silver. There we go. Now for this dude. Who is probably my favorite Plague Marine, besides the fact that he melted a bit and now he's kind of slightly off because of this area, which is gonna bother me so much, but I can't do anything about it. Paint his little horn. Almost done. Not gonna lie, I am kind of having a little bit now performance anxiety. I'm probably one of the last people that should stream. I'm so anxious right now. But I refuse. I'm also that type of person not to quit, so I refuse to stop until I finish the thing I said I would do. I know my hands so well. I know I have tremors in them. That's uncurable, but I also know when I'm anxious and my hands are starting to give a dead giveaway about it. Actually, I didn't do bad. Honestly, I'm not. I think it's kind of like both. Like I was doing well, then, like, I think a wave of realization what I'm doing, like, finally hit me, and that usually doesn't help. Oh, I forgot to do the gun. Hang on. This is just a new thing for me. It's something I'm used to recording videos. Whenever I first started recording videos, I was exactly like this. But the thing is, this is a live audience. At the end, this is honestly one of the things I want to do. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. It definitely makes the stream feel a little bit more alive. There we go. Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't care how shaky my hands get. I love painting. Yes, it may not be perfect, but I've learned to use my arms to paint well, instead of my hands, which is usually what you should do when doing art stuff. That's one of the tips that I got taught. It's all in the arms, not in the hands. Alright, last thing I want to do is make it make it golden. We got it silver. Now it's time to make them golden. Probably doesn't help that I also have autism on top of that, so certain stuff can be overstimulating for me. I think I want to paint the bucket golden. Of this color at least. Hang on. The paint is a little wet. I need more paste in it. It's crazy to think that this is one of the first few model sets I painted and glued together. Like, all of this is new to me, and yet I make it somewhat easy. Yeah, I think I'll just do this. There we go. Sorry, I'm looking at it first. Now you can look at it. We're just gonna put you right here. I'm gonna prime you later. I'm actually, man, this is actually the best I painted a weapon before. Like, this is the best I've done with just two colors as well. also want to paint these, and let's see how he looks. Of course, the natural sunlight just left. I'm sitting next to a window, so of course it just left, but oh wait, I want to paint these little knobs bronze. There we go. Alright, little recap before I go. These are the two Marines that we are painted today. We got them from this to this. And I also decided to, instead of just doing base coats, I actually decided to do silver in the weapons. And I also finally decided to give my Space Marines their insignia using this little thing right here. So I think that is where I'm going to call the stream for today. Next time. Oh wait, no. There's one more thing I want to do to get it out of the way, and that is add grime to them. I want to add grime to them before I go. Before we go today, some grime. Make them all nice and icky. Ew. Not that brush though. Let me go get my second brush. Using my shape brush. Yeah. I'm slowly gonna like get everywhere. When this dries out, it's actually going to look way more solid. I want to make these guys super gross and icky. So I bought some little grime to make them look all disgusting. Yeah. And next stream, I'll do highlights on them. So whatever stuff is too much, I can just paint back green. But definitely want to make this all nice and disgusting looking like they are actually the grandsons of Nurgle. make them disgusting for grandfather no go. There we go. Yep. Because grandfather loves it when grandkid, his grandsons are covered in disease and pox and stuff like that. He wants to and his grandkids are more than willing to spread the gifts of his disease and decays to the rest of the universe of 40K. Ooh, I missed the spot. There we go. One day I'll paint the Primarch of the Plague Marines Mortarion, but that's gonna be one thing in the future when I'm actually really good and I believe in myself enough to actually paint something that big. Ah, there we go. Oh, all nice and grimed up. They look so different now. The thing about me is I want to put details in my miniatures. Yeah, and for the Primarch, it's a bigger piece. It's definitely going to take me more time versus these little ones. I believe Mortarion is himself like a big piece. But for now, I have no problem just painting his Legion. And looking a lot more disgusting now. I'm honestly surprised what a little bit of grime details can do to a miniature. Alright, with that, I think for certain now I can end the stream. Next time on the stream, I'm going to highlight and then add like details like the the more grimy like the like eyes, tongues, robes, stuff like that. Until next time, Pink out.